So y'all probably can't see me, but I just wanted to come on here and talk about the last little ending part of my previous little video. So yeah, go into a little bit more detail and give my opinion about it. So this cop that does his second job, I'm guessing this is his second job, is patrol, HPD patrol around the apartment complex, because most cops will tell you they don't make enough money, and that's why they take on other jobs outside of working for the police department. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I came to talk about was this cop just asked this man, did he, because the man always sit outside all day, every day, no matter if it's hot, cold, raining, storming, he will sit outside. Now, if it's raining and storming, he'll go into the wash chair and just stand there. Sometimes he'll walk around the apartments. He used to be just talking, go walk around and talk to random people's kids. That's a whole nother situation in itself. Now, y'all, this man, y'all seen him. This man is like, he looks like, I don't know how old he is, but he looks like he 50 plus. So, two things. You shouldn't have to lie about working or getting your pension or Social Security benefits from when you used to work. If you're a senior citizen and you're retired and you're getting your pension or whatever from working, then just say that. You don't have to lie about getting Social Security. That means you just put in years of work. And now you can sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So, and then another thing, the second thing, why did this man just sit up there and tell that cop he didn't go to work because it's too hot, but the damn man sitting outside and has been sitting outside since the sun came up this morning? And I know because when I left to go run an errand this morning, it was like 9:40, 9:45. That man was already outside. And then the other day when I came outside, it was like 8 something. Because I was taking the phone calls. And I went outside so I can actually focus on what they were saying. That man was outside at 8:30 something. This man be outside all day long from, I'm just guessing time estimate, from like 8:30 in the morning all the way to damn near like when the sun completely goes down. Whatever time that be. But the latest time I ever seen him go in the house was like maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Sometimes it be 10 o'clock. I'm like, this man did not have to lie like that. Talking about he didn't go to work because it's hot outside. But you sitting outside in the shade. Yeah, you sitting in the shade or whatever, but it's still hot in the shade because there's no wind blowing anywhere. And then, like I was saying, it's too hot for anybody to be sitting outside in the heat, walking around in the heat, unless you absolutely have to. And this man sitting out there with his shirt open, that's not bringing enough air to you because, once again, there's no air blowing outside. It's hot, still, stale air that's not blowing anywhere. Like if I stayed in the house and I was gonna sit on the porch with the ceiling fan on, or with the little fan that comes on the patio porch or whatever, and you turn that on, that ain't gonna do nothing but move hot air around. So, and then he wearing big, thick, baggy black pants. Black is it's not the time right now to be wearing black anything. And I need to tell that to myself because I wear black shorts. I don't wear black pants because that draw too much damn heat. Even if I'm sitting in the car, it draw too much heat. I be hot sitting in the car with black. I don't even want to wear no pants right now. It's so hot. Give me a skirt or some shorts or a dress or something. But my thing is, okay, what got me, he sat there and said he didn't go to work. The cop said, did you go to work today? He said, no. Then the cop said, why? He said, it's too hot. I'm like, wait a minute. That kind of got me off. Like, you just sat there and told this man it's too hot, but you sitting in the hot sun. Not to mention you sit outside in the heat all day long, from sun up to basically damn near sundown. So that don't make no sense. Y'all tell me in the comment section, do that make sense to y'all, or is it just me? Because to me it don't make no sense. You sitting there telling this man that you didn't go to work while you sitting in the heat talking to him. Like I said, the cop has on his all black uniform and he's saying it's hot. Like, this is his second job. He don't want to have to walk around in the heat like he have to, but that's a part of his job. And his uniform is all black. It just happened to be that way. Because last time I talked to the cop, he said that, I asked him, I said, don't have y'all wearing white no more? White and short sleeves or light blue or something? He said, nope, the uniform is all black. I'm like, okay. I told him, I said, well, you be careful and you be safe. And he said the same thing to you. I'm like, okay, I'm finna go in the house and chill. Like I told y'all in the last video and plenty of videos since this heat wave, I cannot just go outside and sit outside all day long. Now I can go outside for a short period of time, like maybe at the least 10 minutes here to like 30 minutes. And then I'm coming back in the house. As soon as I feel the first little trickle of sweat dripping down my body or dripping down my back or rolling down the side of my leg or something, I'm carrying my fat self in the house. That's what I'm doing. So I can't imagine me being my age or a baby or a person that's 65 or whatever have you age. I can't imagine them just sitting outside all day long. I wouldn't even have my baby outside all day long. I mean, that just don't make no sense. And then his kids, they come over to go straight to go see their mama and go back where they going. Y'all ain't gonna tell this man nothing about that. It's not safe for him to be sitting outside. It ain't safe for nobody. Why when you go outside, you don't see, over here, you don't see them cats that be outside. You don't see too many of them outside. They find them some shade to go in. Even it's a damn shame. A cat know when it's too hot. Like I said, look at that football player, Marion Barber. May he rest in peace. God rest his soul, and my condolences to his family. He passed away from a heat stroke. And that's what I read online. I don't know how true that is. I'm just reading because, internet is full of fake news, good news, bad news. Or half of the stuff on there that you see ain't true. Some of the stuff that, like 5% of the stuff is true. But there's people all over the world dying from heat strokes. There's people in the hospital on their deathbed and getting saved and brought back because they had God with them from heat strokes. And then you got the people that work in the heat that don't even want to be out there. Why you think they let them take up, like the construction workers? Their boss let them take more increments of breaks because it's hot. Go get you some water. Go eat your lunch. Or I would say every hour, make sure you have you some, basically not even every hour, just make sure when you come to work, bring you some water and stay hydrated while you're working. That's what I would say. I mean, it's hot as hell. Ain't nobody in their right mind just gonna sit outside all day long. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't going nowhere. You just sitting outside. And it makes no sense to me. But that's the thing that threw me off. Like, y'all tell me, do that make sense to y'all? I'm going to tell y'all again. The cop walked up and said, he spoke to everybody. I was out there. He didn't really see me because I was sitting in the car for a few minutes, debating if I should move my car over one spot or leave it where it is, which I ended up leaving it where it was. When my whole intention was to go out there and see if anybody moved their car so I can move my car over. But I didn't do it because I ain't feel like it. But this man was like, the cop walked up. He said once again, did you go to work? He said, hey, how you doing? And they was talking to him because they both speak English. He was like, did you go to work today? That man sat up there and said, no. Then the cop said, why? He said, because it's too hot. He said, it's too hot. That made me stop in my tracks like, did I just hit this right? Did I just hit this man sit up there and say it was too hot to go to work? But he's sitting outside in the heat the whole time he's saying that. Yeah, the sun, sitting in the sun is hot, but sitting in the shade is still hot. It's heat because there's no air moving around or circulating out there. I won't even ride my damn windows down because it's too hot. And then if you ride with your windows down, that's pulling hot air in. No, ma'am. That little air you do feel is heat, is just heat. That's not air, that's heat. And when you go out, when I went sat in the car, there's heat in the car. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler parked in the shade than it is being parked in the sun, but it's still hot though. Go out there and touch our car and tell me while you parked in the shade, tell me it don't still be hot to your hand. You can still bake. You can actually bake cookies in a car. It's so hot outside. But hey, y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. Do that got y'all scratching your head? Because I'm pretty sure that man is kind of, and maybe the sun is kind of cooking his brain a little. He getting a little overheated. Why he just saying stuff that don't make sense. Maybe that's what he's doing. Like I said, I don't know how old this man is, but he need to take his ass back to the house and go sit in the house and cool off for a little bit. Because every time I see this man, he always ducking and dodging the sun. Instead of doing all that, won't you take yourself in the house? You won't have to duck and dodge the sun. You'll be inside the house, whether you have the air on or not. It's still cooler. Well, I'll take that back. Sometimes it ain't cool in the house. Whether you have the air off, if you have the air off, it's still just as hot as it is outside. Because that's how hot the sun, it seems like the sun just moved closer to the earth. But I would be taking my ass in the house and turn me a fan on at the very least. 2 fans. I'd rather sit underneath 2 fans, a fan or 2 fans, versus sitting outside in the shade, in the heat part of the shade. Y'all, I tell you, I'm going to just leave this right here. I had to come on here and say that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the description. In the comment section. See, thinking about the heat got me all discombobulated and stuff. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.